Hey everybody, welcome back to Art Supply Guide. This is Bree Tobias. Today I just wanted to do a side-by-side comparison of a couple of pens just to show you the differences in the outline. And all of them that I'm going to be using today are different thicknesses of line, different tips, and they all will be actually done in a permanent ink. So I have the Speedball pen and nib set, and then I also have the Sakura Pigma Micron pen and the Faber-Castell PITT Artist Soft Brush pen. So starting with this one here, this is the Faber-Castell, and as you can see it has a felt brush tip, and it is similar to a paintbrush except it's not made of like individual hairs, so it won't split. The Micron pen is a felt tip as well, and this is a 0.8, so it's a fairly wide line. And then lastly we have the pen and nib set, and I'm using a larger tip on mine today. This is the 513 EF tip size, and when you push on it, it does kind of split apart, and the ink draws up and flows back down the tip, giving you a pretty even line. I have a couple of different drawings here. I have one just of a face in my style with big eyes, and a second one of a girl, another face. And then lastly I just did like a picture of an ice cream cone. And I'm going to pick one pen for each drawing just to kind of show you how a finished piece will look in each style. So let's go ahead and jump on in there and I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, here we are, and the final three drawings are completed. Just to talk about line thickness and performance, we'll go into this very first one here with the Faber-Castell. This is the PITT Artist Pen, soft brush, and I felt my hand was dragging along the tabletop, so I really didn't get a lot of great smooth lines, but you can see the line thickness is there. The brush tip does kind of bend to give you thin and thicker lines depending on how you hold it and if you drag up or down. So that is that one. The second one here is the Sakura Pigma Micron pen. These I use more often in my art. I don't use the 0.8 a lot unless I want to do heavier outlines. But one of the things that you need to do, that I needed to do on this as well, was to make sure that you have maybe a little bit of padding underneath your paper so the pen will glide more smoothly. And I found that I kind of messed up in some spots, so that's okay. Just you kind of see the thickness of the line. It is much thinner than the Faber-Castell brush pen. These do come in the variety of pen tip thicknesses, so you can get to a much finer line if you have like the 005. So there is that example. And lastly, this one was more troublesome. I found that using the pen and nib with the Higgins India Ink, that the ink really wanted to bleed every time I put a line down, and I even jumped over to a piece of watercolor paper and I was getting the same thing. So that ink just really is very liquefied. It really wants to bleed and travel. So you get an interesting line if you go with the heavier line. But on the thinner lines, I did not have the bleed as much. You just really have to be careful with how much ink you do load into the tip of that pen, because if you have a lot of ink on there, it will drop off of the tip of the pen and give you a much heavier line, and then it's going to cause that bleed. So you can kind of see the details that you can get here. It's more of like a scratchy pen on the surface. You can get some controlled smooth lines, and then you can also have more of a jagged look with it. So that is the 3 examples. And you can try those pens out and be the judge for yourself to find out which one that you liked the most. I personally, this is my go-to. I love using the Micron pens. I have more practice with them, so my lines are much more controlled, and I enjoy using those. And you can get lots of great value with the ballpoint pen. So with that, I want to show you an example of what I did with the ballpoint pen. I did this drawing, I think, about 2 days ago. This is the Papermate ballpoint pen, just a regular click pen, and this is the drawing I did, and it's actually just on some plain printer paper. And if you look really closely, you can see the light shading and values that I was able to get with this pen, and then if I work more heavily in certain areas, I can get the darker values. So if you just want to take a look really closely. And again, that's just done with the ballpoint pens. Okay guys, thanks for joining me today, and I hope this helped you get a bit of an idea on what type of pens that you may want to use in your studio. You can purchase more of the artist quality pens, a traditional old style artist pen, or you can just go with something really simple out of your desk drawer. So thanks again for joining me today, and I hope to see you guys next time. If you liked the video today, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give it a like, and you don't want to miss anything else I have coming out on this channel. So I'll see you next time. Thank you.